Go.
So when you have your components all put on, you start off at the top with one of the bent over clips. So that goes on the top of your trace. Now you have to keep in mind how long this part is going to be, because that's approximately doubled when your snood goes on in. So a trace of this long will end up with a snood that's over 2 feet. So if this is 4 feet, this piece, you're going to have an 8-foot snood or thereabouts, which is massively long and probably will cause trouble for you. So what you have is your clip, your hook or your trace body, again your crimp, bead and swivel, so it's pretty simple, and again the bottom one as well, the bent over clip and your lid. Now it's a bit tricky to get this together, so on your hook length you roughly measure it just shorter than your body, and then it'll come down to your pennel setup. Now I don't usually use pennels a lot myself, but if it was a big competition I certainly would. I just don't, for pleasure fishing, I don't personally bother with them. So all you do, this is going to be the 4/0 of the on the bottom, but I used wands just for demonstration. So you just wrap it around once and your rig tubing just slides over it. Now the rig tubing, I have to thank James Leahy for that one. It's not something that I would use a lot of, but it makes it super neat on it. And you can also turn it around obviously this way when you're baiting up. So like I said, the rig tubing makes that very easy. Now this is the tricky part, and it just takes a bit of patience. So what you're going to do is you hook your main hook onto the clip and you take your snood length. Now it's obviously going to be moving up and down on you. So like I said, this is where it gets a bit complicated, but practice will really help you here. So that goes around, your hook is still hooked on, and you slide down your beads until, and it's going to happen like this, so it's good to show it in actual time. So hook on this fella, use your finger to trap it, and then get your grip on. Now there is easier ways than this, because I am making a hames of this, but it just goes to show it's not a precise science. So once I have that there, like so, trap it, pull down your, and then you'll see where it is. This is going to be very tight to the bottom, and you hold it in your finger then. Now a loose crimp is really important here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crimp that loosely and then see how it goes. So again, like I said, it's not the most precise way of doing it, but it's the way I do it. So hook on your thing and you'll see that that's nice, and it actually could come down another centimetre by me. So by loosely crimping it, I now have a lot more control over where it goes. So I'll slide down my crimp to where I want it to be, and then all of a sudden it's nice and tight. Now the bottom crimp is free flowing still, so I'm going to bring that up, crimp that, and I can crimp the top one and nice, or a bit tighter just to hold it in place. But it's no harm if that can move under a bit of pressure, because it just means you can reset it really easily. So like now what you have is your up and over rig. Get a bit of slack there. Oh, stick my finger. So there you go. This is what you end up with, seriously streamlined. And the beauty is when it hits the water, it pops off, and now your hook can move along away from your, it's hard to the bottom, and there you go. Again, with all these, practice makes perfect. So any questions, leave it in the comment section below. It was a bit fiddly to get it on there, but that's how it goes. It's not just a simple process, but practice will make this easier. So, hope you enjoyed it.